Hello friends. So today again we have got pets of writers. Writers' pets means very useful phrases. Like as we saw yesterday, bed of roses. Today we begin with nip in the bud. Nip in the bud means you stop at the beginning of something. Starting point. You destroy something at the starting point. That's the nip in the bud means. So now, when you find bad habits in children, you should nip them in the bud. Bad habits, So for example, smoking, it can be slowly getting addicted to, or drug use maybe. So such things, when you find among children, you must nip them in the bud. Means very beginning, the very originating points, you must destroy. Understand that? So you can see, when there's a quarrel is coming up, or brewing, as we say, quarrel, somebody is getting ready for a quarrel, you must nip it in the bud. That means you should stop it. So, when there is you find some students are good, some people, not students, not always students, but people are grouping themselves to start an agitation. You should nip it in the bud. That is, you should stop it. That is, nip something in the bud means. Especially when you find children doing this kind of malpractices or getting into certain addictions and so on, there should be no leniency shown. What we must do is nip such tendencies in the bud. That's the thing. Next one is burn the midnight oil. Sit late and work hard. Burn the midnight oil. Sit after the midnight with your lamp burning. For what? For doing some work. Students usually burn the midnight oil towards the end of the term, because soon they will have their examination. Some people burn the midnight oil to complete their projects. There may be deadlines. You can see people in the IT field, they burn the midnight oil very often because they get commands from their superiors. You have to complete this work within this period of time. They have to burn the midnight oil for that. Keep one's own counsel. Only one means his, can be her, can be their, can be our, can be your. See, any one of these. Keep one's own counsel. Cunning people keep their own counsel. They don't. But the meaning is that keep your opinions secret. Don't tell anybody. Keep it in your mind. And when it is time, you take it out and use it. Most probably against your enemies. So that's the meaning. Keep one's own counsel. The many occasions we will have to keep our own counsel. Means you cannot stand up and say whatever you have in your mind. A clever person keeps his own counsel. And at the end, when he is asked to share his opinion or his advice, then he will tell them. Otherwise, don't open your mouth always and say this and that. That's not keeping your own counsel. Your opinion you should give only when somebody asks for it. Don't stand up and then bark out things like that without being asked. Understand? So keep one's own counsel. Intelligent men do that. Cunning people very often do it. Others will not know what is in their minds. An axe to grind. Some selfish aim. to fulfill some selfish aim. For example, you will find people donate for projects. It's for what, they have an axe to grind. Most people, they have an axe to grind. That means they will have some selfish motive. Some people, they run orphanages, but they have an axe to grind. What is that? One thing is that they want to be known as generous people. Secondly, they might be doing some illegal activities. It's a kind of face-saving activity, we say. So, an axe to grind means something selfish interest to protect. When you support parties, parties whom you don't agree with their thesis or with their philosophy, you support against your will. Why? Because you have an axe to grind. You have some selfish interest to gain. That is an axe to grind means. Then bone of contention means a matter of dispute. Very often, very often you find territory, sharing of territories, or sharing of river waters, a bone of contention between states. Sharing of river waters is a bone of contention between states. Isn't it? You must have read in the papers and so on. Bone of contention, dispute. While your parents are dividing your property, ancestral property, there is bound to be that division or that act of division. You will find a bone of contention in the family. Family members, they will say, I want that, I want this. That part is better, this part is not fertile and so on. So there's a bone of contention. When the election process starts, and we come to the point of counting, then the parties involved, for them, winning is a bone of contention. Winning the election. It's a bone of contention. Because they will say we have won. So other party will say no, we have won. Maybe the difference is just one vote or so. Very often it happens like that. When the margin is very thin, it's bound to be a bone of contention. Dispute will definitely arise between parties involved. Understand? About majority. Who got the majority? So that is a bone of contention means. Very often what happens, suppose you have got two brilliant students in the class. First rank will be a bone of contention between them. Understand? It's a matter of dispute for even the authorities. Maybe half a mark or 0.25 or something like that difference, then it becomes a bone of contention. Understand? I think these phrases, I have explained it to you and you have understood the meanings of this, and you will be able to make your own sentences. Nip in the bud. I must nip in the bud my bad habits. Burn the midnight oil. If you want to succeed in life, then at some or the other time you may have to burn the midnight oil. Keep one's own counsel. If you are an intelligent person, you must keep your own counsel. Don't just boast or go around blah blah with your counsel. An axe to grind. Never support anybody with the intention of with this idea that I have an axe to grind. or don't support anybody to, that is, with the intention of having an axe to grind. Don't support anybody. If it is worth supporting, you should do it. Be honest. Bone of contention. Very often what happens, the headship of a department becomes a bone of contention between aspirants. Headship of a department, what we call HOD, it becomes a bone of contention between aspirants, those who are aspiring to become head of the department. I think that's clear to you, so bye. Have a nice time.